So here's a question. Is it possible to beat Sekiro when every enemy is one of its hardest bosses? Well, yes, in fact, someone did this exact idea already. Beyond that, I took my personal inspiration for this challenge from Lil Aggie, who has done multiple of this type of challenge with both Demon of Hatred and Ishin. However, I want to raise the ante. I will be attempting to beat Sekiro with every enemy being replaced with Allfather, but I will also do it without Kuro's charm and with the Demon Bell active. And the biggest challenge of all is that I turned off the randomizer option for scaling. In other words, every single enemy in the game is a full strength Allfather. To make matters worse, I'm also not using the item randomizer, so there's no chance of getting prayer beads and more attack power unless I fight my way to get those rewards. To my knowledge, no one has done this version of an all Allfather run, because, well, why would you want to? Well, I guess I'm just a masochist, so let's dive right into the challenge and see how it went.
There we go.
Before we hop into the video fully, I just want to let you know that this is actually a re-upload. I originally uploaded this to my main YouTube channel over at Poetry Stud, but because I mainly focus on Peggle content there, I decided to re-upload this on its own channel that's going to be mostly focused on Soul stuff. So if you're into Peggle as well, go check that out, and otherwise enjoy this video.
Item randomizer is not working because that is what you normally get there. So we'll immediately know if this is working because, well, you'll see. Yeah. And there's our first death. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be in the tutorial for maybe a few minutes here. As we're going here, I do want to talk about some of the things that make this run difficult. There's a lot of things. That's death number 2. There's a lot of things. When bosses like Allfather replace normal enemies, they generally have very, very long aggro range. In other words, if you're ever in their cone of view, even from very far away, they will immediately start just chasing you down. Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to remember. There is actually a kind of unique little strat we can use. So even though they don't tell you about this, at the very start of the game, you can use the idol. You haven't rested at any idol, so what does it do? It plops you right back where you were. However, if you'll notice, our HP bar is full, and it was not before. It might be worth trying to get under here. Okay, so this is... yeah. Okay, wait. This actually might work. And we are going to go charmless here. Oh, God. Suffering is what I desire. The good news is, we're free from the tutorial as long as we can make it out of here. Which we can't. Not like that, apparently.
The challenge started off fine. I managed to make good time getting through the tutorial area, with only a few deaths. This would be a good time to point out that I have actually done this challenge before, about a year and a half ago, among many other challenge runs like this one, including all Genichiro, all Guardian Ape, and more. But in many of those runs, I did have item randomizer turned on, so there were more options for making progress, even early on in the run. This time around, it would not be nearly as easy, as I would soon learn.
I'm not going to count this one as a death, by the way, because this is literally a guaranteed death, even if you win the fight. You know what? Here, I'll try and win, though. So now you're going to kind of understand the problem. Look how little damage I did when I hit him. You see how little damage I do with every hit I get on him? And my posture bar is already full, so any mistake is going to be death. Alright. And yeah, this is a good test of the strats we're going to be using this whole run. Okay, so I think my controller lagged out there. Whatever. Okay, well, here is the deal. At this point, we are going to start to mostly skip by most of the enemies here. There's some areas where there will be 20 normal enemies. And those are all now Allfather. Here we are. The scene of our curse. So here's the deal. To progress any further in the game, we have to make it through this mini-boss. There is a skip, and I might actually have to use a couple skips throughout this run. But I will try to do it without the skip. You don't think I'm going to make it there? Oh, I'll make it there, don't worry. It might take a while. I will persist. Here is the problem. The actual owl I need to kill is this one. There's 2 more down there, there's 1 more up there, and there's this motherfucker. However, I have some strats. I have some tech. I'll try it just once normally, but you'll see very quickly how ridiculous it is with the amount of damage that we do versus this guy. Since I'm charmless, even a partial deflect, not only will it just break my posture, which will probably get us killed anyways, we take chip damage for anything that isn't a perfect deflect. This is where it gets jank when you're in close quarters like this. Of course, this is actually probably the best spot to be, because you end up getting more chances to hit him. The real thing you're trying to work on is their posture bar, which you can see how quickly he recovers that whenever we're between me hitting him and between us like clashing. Oh god, okay, that was lucky. So basically, they're linked, but essentially, to get any amount of actual posture buildup to get what we actually need, which is a death blow, we essentially have to whittle him down very, very slowly. And we can't make any mistakes while we're doing it. And then there's a whole other phase after this, where his HP bar is reset. Okay, come on. Come on, I don't want to go over there. That's where the other one is. Lovely. I looked away for a split second, and he ran through the weeds and hit me. Alright, so 1 hit will kill us, yeah. The only exception is going to be from the shuriken. Yeah, okay. You shouldn't... okay, there's a couple things there. For one, I don't have Mikuri yet, so I had to deflect that. But realistically, you want to sidestep it or iframe it in another way instead. That's okay. So that was our first attempt. Not really that big of a deal. This is gonna be what we're here for a while, right? But that's okay. I don't mind that. I do find this fight fun, overall.
Little did I know just how long this one fight would take, as minutes would soon begin to stretch into hours. At this point in the run, pretty much any mistake was an instant death. And with the 1 resurrect that we had, this meant I would normally be allowed 1 mistake in what many times was a 15-minute long fight. Being charmless also meant that even a slightly mistimed deflect would chip down my HP a bit, so even minor mistakes like that would soon add up and become deadly. With this fight taking so long and the boss here being so tanky with my measly 1 attack power, I eventually began to use a very powerful mechanic that would end up coming up a few times in this run. Dead angling. Dead angling is a trick normally used in speedruns, where you essentially get enemies squeezed into corners and attack them at an angle where their AI doesn't recognize the attack until it's too late for them to deflect. You can use this to essentially stun lock enemies and grind down their HP. For this run, and for this fight especially, this became practically necessary. As an example of how this works, here's one attempt at the fight from a few hours in, where I used this strategy. I started by using it in the spot I had learned about in my original version of this run, where by fighting Al behind the stables, you can sometimes get him wedged in the corner and get a lot of free damage. Of course, this only works for so long, and I generally wouldn't even try to do this for phase 2, since his teleporting around makes it much harder and more dangerous to do this. And of course, after spending over 10 minutes straight on this single attempt, this happened as Alfather did his Al Phoenix attack from inside the stable.
So that was bullshit. I'm just gonna say that's actually horseshit, because so here's what happened there.
Suffice it to say, this fight was absolutely brutal. Even my dead angle spot didn't work that great. So eventually, I decided to invent new dead angle spots for Alfather for this specific arena. One such spot was in the corner between these rocks over here. I had decent results for a while there, but it was harder to get him in there than it might seem, and it still wasn't perfect. Next was up next to the building where the ogre normally spawns, wedged into a corner. This one was unfortunately even worse, even though it looks promising at first. Finally, after hours of grinding using various methods, I settled on a new spot. Inside the stable in the back corner, next to where the original spot was. This spot worked well enough, with the only risk being that occasionally if he had a chance to do certain attacks, I might be trapped in too close to easily avoid them. In any case, this was the best choice I had, and eventually things started to work out. Of course, there were still quite a few bad deaths, and here's a few of the best rage moments from this hours-long grind, so that you can enjoy the salt that I had during this time.
I swear to God I hit the deflect there, but okay, sure. I forgot about the shuriken. Oh God, yeah, so there we go again. And immediately died. Cool! So cool! What?! Look at the hitbox! You What the f is that hitbox? What the f, dude? So that's what I mean, is that the fucking hitbox on that attack is broken, man. Yeah, no, we're gonna wrap up here. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. We just gotta get good, so.
The next day.
Come on, motherfucker. I hit the button! I hit the f***ing button!
Eventually, after hours of grinding, I would finally have a breakthrough when I got this attempt going. I'm not going to show the whole thing, I'll just kind of skim through some parts, but I do want you to pay attention to the unexpected thing that happens that kind of made it a little bit easier than I expected in the end.
Hello? Where's the owl? Where's Owl's owl? It just broke? Did it just break? Dude, his owl just disappeared. What the heck, dude? I'm not gonna complain, but it's not a guarantee. It does take out like a bit of the threat of this fight. What if the owl just like came back out of nowhere? It's like, I'm back. I would cry. Oh. It looks kind of funny, dude, because he just like shoves his fucking hand at you. Oh God, okay. I gotta focus. Oh my God. Holy shit. We're out of. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I learned some new tech. I invented some new tech. I still stand by the fact that I probably know more about fighting Owlfather in that particular arena than any other living person. Because why would anyone know that as much as I know about that arena with that specific boss fight?
One thing to note is that I actually hadn't had the Demon Bell effect active up until this point. You actually have to make it past the Ogre in order to get the Demon Bell effect. So funnily enough, it was actually only at this point that the challenge run would reach its true peak of difficulty. The next boss or two would be even harder than before, having even more HP than the one I had just killed.
And now, let's go. We actually have our challenge run loadout complete.
And after this, it was on to Gyobu. I'm not really going to show too much of me just running around between points, because besides deaths here and there, normally it wasn't too bad to just outrun or outgrapple Owl. Plus, with the items unrandomized, everything is where it normally is, so there's no need to worry where I got things. I just got them where they normally are.
Challenge is going pretty well. We beat the very first required fight in the game earlier. It only took 10 hours. That's not that bad.
So, Gyobu. Well, it seems like it's going to be a tough fight, right? There's not really any dead angle spots, at least that I know of, and now the fight's even tougher than before because of the Demon Bell. But I did actually have a trick up my sleeve.
So here's the deal. I'm gonna use the skip on this fight. Nope. We probably will die a few times in the process of getting this. Not only can we skip this boss, but if we can lure him off the edge afterwards, there we go. Here on this side, it takes a little bit of work, but you can do it. And if we can do that, we can get attack power, which will make every other fight moving forward easier. There we go, right here. Yeah, right there. Come on. Oh, it's so close. Yes! We've done it! Let's go! Okay. Oh, that's so good. The progress, it's coming so quickly. I'm technically... Okay, I'm gonna take that there because I don't want to use my...
There's not too many more skips or glitches or exploits, but I did have to resort to a couple at a few points, and this is one of those times where I just did not have the energy or the willpower to do a whole nother fight at this point. So I did end up using Gyobu skip, and funnily enough, there was actually another skip right after this, Bull skip, that I would also be making use of.
In the Guardian Apron, I literally finally got it, because this is still tricky. I finally got it by one of the apes down below, literally flung into me, and it propelled me up onto the spot you have to be. It doesn't work like that here. Oh my god, I did it. Oh, let's go. That was not that bad. Look at that.
The problem with the bull fight is just that there's multiple normal enemies, now Owlfathers, who are hanging out in the arena, and you can sometimes get them out of the arena to get a one-on-one with the actual bull replacement owl. But it takes multiple minutes to set up, and in a run where it's going to take me probably dozens of attempts to beat it, I decided it was worth it to just skip this fight as well.
Oh my god. Oh, let's go. We're free. Holy shit, free. Chained Ogre Owl was awful, obviously. Gyobu, we were able to use a skip for, and we were able to use a skip for this one because this one would have been really annoying to deal with. And now we have a lot of stuff available to us that we could explore. I would say that, yeah, if I do edit this into a YouTube video, this will be the training montage arc. Yeah. So the cricket room. Oh, the fucking cricket room. I always forget about the cricket room till I make it here. Okay. my god. Ah! Very limited. That's fine. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, okay. God! Jesus Christ. I might go back to this area. This area is just, it's so annoying. It's not even like difficult, it's just about luck. There's no skill involved at all. I hate that attack! The firecrackers there. What the f? Oh my god, we did it. Holy... Sorry, I had to really concentrate there. Holy f... Okay. Whoo. Oh my god, how long was that fight? Jesus Christ.
At this point, after having gathered as many things as I could, and having made a bit more progress, we had a few options of where to go. My main goal was to get more attack power, and to do that I realistically had two main options. Either fight Genichiro, or work my way towards the corrupted monk fight, which would involve fighting at least 3 other mini-bosses on the way.
We're gonna have to just we just gotta slam our head against something. It's gonna be a challenge.
I opted for the former, and I had a surprise realization waiting for me as I began the fight.
This is gonna be difficult. Wait a minute though. Is it? Hold on. There's a cheese spot in this arena. Oh my god. Maybe I'm an idiot? How did I forget about this?
That's right, this fight also has the dead angle spot. In fact, this arena normally has a great dead angle spot for the normal version of Al that you fight in the normal game. Unfortunately, that one doesn't work quite as well on Al Father, but a similar one does work alright.
Okay, and I f***ed it up. Okay, I have to try again. I know I said that was going to be like one attempt, but the fact that I don't know how I forgot about the cheese.
However, in the end, this strategy still only made the fight slightly easier. Here's a few clips of how the next few hours went.
I swear to God I hit the f***ing button there, but okay, sure, whatever you say, game. That's so horseshit. That's because I'm kind of using this attempt. Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Eventually, after having no luck, I decided to mix things up and started working my way towards Mibu Village. This involved first getting to the depths, and I already had a fight blocking my way there.
We're gonna do the full fight normally, probably a few times, but unlike what we were trying to do with Genichiro, this time there's a break, there's break and running sections and other resources and other stuff between each one.
This fight, like the Genichiro one, had a couple somewhat decent dead angle spots, but once again, I still had to grind and it was still certainly not easy.
Of course. Of course. I mean, I was mashing the button to roll away. The problem is the firecrackers like that. What? That's actually horseshit. That is so horseshit. Bruh. I do not even need to say it. If you don't believe me, just look at the fucking VOD. What in the actual what in the are you talking about? I don't even care. What do you fucking mean? You know what? Fuck it. Let's go back. Let's try the other one a little bit. Oh god, this challenge is so brutal, man. I've already, you know what the sad part is? I've already thought of a harder version too. A harder version would be New Game Plus 7.
Bruh.
Even though I was past the hardest early roadblock with the chained ogre Allfather, I just didn't seem to have any luck at this point. I even went back to the Genichiro fight once again, and even had this happen.
Yes. Actually, I'm trying to think, when was the last of the actual progress? It was a while ago, that's for sure. That's fine. I might do it. Yeah, nice. Okay. No, it's not a GG. That's halfway done, GG. We just gotta do that again. Alright.
Yep, one thing I did not mention earlier, but you may have noticed if you were watching carefully, is that the reason this fight is so hard, and the reason I kind of mentioned it being harder than any of the other fights we have access to, is because we have to fight 2 full Allfathers back to back, each phase of Genichiro counting as a separate one.
What do you mean, man? How did that not hit? I think I might do it for tonight, though. I gotta go get some rest. I do think this is...
So I struggled onwards, but eventually I did have some progress against one of the 2 Allfathers that I had been switching back and forth between.
Okay. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I love the camera there. Thank you, Allfather. Hate that lag spike that just happened. That's terrifying. Oh! Holy crap, we did it. And now finally, that was like maybe like 7 hours ago? I don't know. Finally, we have killed another owl. Holy crap, man. Oh, this dude. Alright, dude, I'm sorry, but like, I meant to do this earlier. You're like one of the few sources of resurrected power I have. I'm sorry. This guy basically is a reskin, like general moveset. How much? Oh, it gave us so little! It gave us so little! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your death was in vain.
After beating Reservoir Allfather, I had 2 more fights blocking my way to get to the Corrupted Monk fight. Snake Eyes and the Miss Noble. And luckily enough, I actually had another pleasant surprise awaiting me with the first of those 2 fights.
However, I have something I want to test, and I think I already know the answer, and I'm not happy about it. This whole area is filled with poison. However, I'm pretty sure that Owlfather is immune to poison. We're gonna find out very soon if that is the case. We're just gonna sit here for a bit. I'm pretty sure he's immune to poison. Wait! Oh my god, he's not! He's just very resistant. Oh! Oh my god, maybe this is actually viable! Holy crap! Yeah, oh god. Oh god. Look how long this is. Oh god. I have to though, right? Like, I mean, like, it's free. It's literally free, man. Okay? Holy shit. Okay, let's see. They're ready to be, they're both poppable. Okay, that's what we need. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's all we need. There's more. I triggered more. What the f is... What? What is that? Wait, what is happening? Alright. Oh, we got it. Oh, baby. First try, baby. First try.
The Miss Noble fight was a little bit more annoying, especially since the other Owlfathers around the building could sometimes sneak attacks in through the walls, and all of the pillars and blockers in the room made it a bit jank. Even still, after a bit of time, I made it past this as well.
That's bullshit. Yeah. So that's horse. That is an example of actual horse. Yep, that was sloppy. I may really regret this decision. Alright. Oh my god, we did it. Oh, we did it. Oh, we made progress. Oh, sheesh. Dude, look at them all. That is busted. Oh my god. How the f did we get there? Okay. Oh, I don't like you. Yeah. There we go. It's one of the things, one of the benefits of coming here.
After this, it was on to Corrupted Monk, and by this point in time, I had gotten really good at finding new dead angle spots. And sure enough, you guessed it, this arena proved to be no different.
In other arenas, I've had luck with, oh, this looks... He likes to jump to my left, so this is probably not gonna work here. But, I mean, like... Oh, no, okay, there he goes. That was still really good, though. Like, look at the value we got out of that. Like, that was totally fine. Dude. Okay. Yeah, so there is a risk of that happening, apparently. Oh, this is definitely doable, so... Finally! Yeah, and so this is why he's... The fact that there's just occasionally a little bit of a longer gap than some of the other spots I found is why he's able to eventually disappear like that, yeah. Oh, this should be it, actually. Yeah! Let's go! Oh, this was so much quicker than any other one so far. It's actually so huge. So huge.
And after beating Corrupted Monk, other things began to work out fairly well too.
Yeah, let's go! Another one! I forgot it would play that. So much is gonna open up after this. This is like one of the biggest roadblocks. There we go. 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 Getting him in here so quickly in phase 2, really good. It's really good. I mean, it's, you know, it's also tedious, obviously, but I guess we gotta do this, man. This fight is just, it's too long otherwise. Now we do the whole thing again. Gotta focus up. Sorry for not talking. Come on, do it again. Well, that works too. Can I do it? Oh my god, we've done it. Oh! Oh my god, we've done it. Oh, holy shit. 2 Owl Fathers back to back.
With Monk and now Genichiro beaten as well, it was on to Guardian Ape.
This one we'll probably have to fight mostly normal, but it's only one. It should only be one phase, I think.
At this point, I had more attack power, more HP, and more heals than before, so it ended up being no big problem. I beat it on the first try, in fact.
Hey, another one falls. Oh, baby, another owl falls.
Now, at this point, it might seem like I had no big roadblocks left, but oh boy, was I not ready for what was to come.
We need to fight the owls in here. Oh, God. I think I remember how this works. I don't like it.
That's right, the screen monkeys. Normally, there's 4 enemies, including a few extra ghost enemies too, and now those were all replaced with Owlfather. Even though I was much stronger now, this would be an absolutely brutal test of endurance.
We had to kill, you know, with Genichiro, we had to kill 2 owls in a row. I think now I actually might have to kill 4 in a row. I don't know if I could really do that, man. Uh-oh. He just vanished. He just disappeared. Like, entirely. Dude, they're all trying so hard to hit me. I bet you they probably could with specifically... Oh, I'm dead. Cool! Well, there's that whole attempt gone. That was a fun waste of 30 minutes. Cool. The firecrackers got me in the end. Mm-hmm. Cool. It's doable. I hate that it's doable, but it's doable. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. There should be another fight we can do.
After a few attempts at the Screen Monkeys fight, I decided to take a quick break, and I actually went and tried to fight the Owlfather that replaces the Headless Ape rematch.
Yes! Okay. It should just be a normal fight, and there's a massive benefit. So we'll actually get attack power from this, and it drops 2 prayer beads. Yeah, it goes to show that we only took like maybe 3 or 4 hits against this version of Owl. And didn't even have to use our Resurrect. That should be it. Yes! Yes! Actually super fucking pog. But I think I want to take it one step further. before we actually go back to the screen monkeys, I want to try to beat Lady Butterfly. Here's the problem with that. To get to Lady Butterfly, normally you would need to go through the estate, kill the shinobi hunter, and you have to go through the courtyard. However, there is a skip that we can use to get into the Lady Butterfly fight without having the key or anything else. And we're going to try to do it. I've done it once before in the Guardian Ape run. Even if we do it, we still have a single attempt at it. Oh, that might be it. Yes! Ha 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 ha! Okay, we've done it. Now the thing with Lady Butterfly is that the cutscene only triggers the first time you fight her. So we have one shot at this. We have a singular shot at this fight. Oh damn. There you go. Okay. Let's get to it. Music's not playing. Apparently the game doesn't like what I did to it. Alright, phase one. Okay. Again, I'm pretty sure that this only counts as the first phase. Yeah. Yep. Oh, there we go. Music. Hey, look at that. That's bad. Yeah, that was just greed. That was actually totally on me, even though that move is still a little bullshit. Okay, well, we're out of safety nets. Just gotta get good now. He almost got off the firecracker one that always fucks me, but he didn't. Let's go! Okay, 2 L's back to back. And again, it's easier than ever now, but it's still 2 back to back, and that's still, oh god, so stressful. I don't see any chip damage that could have deflecting. I mean, I don't want to brag, but yeah, I just deflect. I just pretty much don't miss deflects because I kind of have to. It's because I've had. Keep in mind, Panaha. Like I can actually afford chip damage now. Early on, if you take any chip damage, you're just dead. That's it. So yeah. I guess we're just gonna fight another one. What happens if there's 2 owls? This is really freaking me out, dude. Oh god. We've kind of have a weird glitch going on right now, and I have no idea how it's gonna play out. But yeah, welcome Raiders. I guess we just fight the one that's here.
Bruh.
That is absolute horseshit. What am I supposed to be?
After a while of fighting, I began to get desperate, so I actually decided to go for a skip here, called Monkey Skip by the speedrunning community.
Here's my idea. I've used skips already in this run, and this might be a situation where we want to use a skip again.
This is a skip that I'd never gotten successfully before, and it's a pretty tricky one, actually. This time, however, luck seemed to be on my side.
But hey, you know what? Let's try it, because it might be the most viable way of doing this. Oh! I've done it! I've never done this skip before. Yo, this is a new one for me.
Of course, I still had to do the easy follow-up steps to finish the skip, and I screwed it up, invalidating the skip entirely.
No, did I mess it up? I think I might have messed it up. Don't tell me I'm stuck in the wall. Let me out! No! But that was not nearly as hard as I thought it would be, honestly. Oh, guess we gotta do it again.
And almost like the universe was mocking me for failing, I went another hour trying to replicate it with absolutely no luck.
Thank you so much, game. Thank you so fucking much. It's so good. I love it. Let's do one more attempt at the actual fight, because that would be bigger bragging rights anyways. Let's give the fight itself one more attempt. Yeah, that's on me. Okay. Yeah, that was on me. I can't believe that one hit me though. He has a couple hitboxes and a couple timing and things that I think are a little busted, like just very slightly. When you do this many fights against him for so long, you start to notice the like small mistakes that a normal player would never notice, because you're normally not fighting him for 10 minutes straight. And you sit there thinking like, that's fucking bullshit, that I just wasted a lot of time just to get killed by something that isn't my fault. Alright, there's one owl father deceased. Just gotta do that 3 more times. So be very careful not to trigger any others. Honestly, fighting on the roof I think is the play as well. Oh. Alright, is he gonna break this time? This is the one that broke last time. Oh, he's good. Maybe I spoke too soon? He just was like, he's like, peace. Peaced out of there. Next up, I think I want to kill this one. What? No, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. What? What? Okay, that's really bad. That's really bad. We can still do this. So I need to get this one. And we need to fight him on the roof. We need to make sure he does not fall. Oh, lag. Oh, God. Even not including the ones that I can just afford because of my HP now. Alright, there we go. That's a second owl. Well, I guess we've done 2.5, and then the other one broke, so I don't know. Okay, the ghost one is still there. That's a problem. It worked! He spawned over here. Oh my god, that's exactly what we needed. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, we might actually be able to do this though. Okay. Phase 1 of the 4th owl. Okay. So again, we've killed now 3. We fully killed 3 owls. 1 of which was working properly, 2 of which had the owl part disappear. There's the owl. What the hell? And then the last one we killed the first phase of, and then the actual owl part and then owl just disappeared. He went into owl form and then never came back. I may have to actually open Cheat Engine just to manually trigger the event to win the fight, because the 4th one, or well, the 2nd one we fought, it just broke. But to prove that I can do it, I'm gonna consider this a victory already, but I'm gonna, as a bonus, I'm gonna try to beat a 5th owl. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Yes! 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 Okay, that's 5 owls. 5 owl fathers.
I couldn't believe that I had actually beaten 5, or at least 4.5 owl fathers in a row. And this finally was the turning point of the run.
So, we're gonna get the Mortal Blade here. And now we should be able to progress.
At this point, we just had to make some pretty straightforward progress, and with the Mortal Blade and more attack power than ever, it was also slightly easier than before.
So, we're gonna now go kill Owl. Like actual Owl. Except not the version of Owl that we're fighting here, you know. Oh, God. I forgot. Oh, this is where we start seeing enemies hostile to each other. Yo, let's go. Owl on Owl action. If we did Shura, we're not doing Shura, but if we did do Shura, you fight Emma and then Ishin, which would be 2 separate ones. So it would be actually harder for this fight. But this way, we're going to the full ending. We're doing it all, baby. Here we go.
Might.
All right, well, our attack power is higher than ever, and I'm feeling good about it. Okay, that was a sloppy start, but you know that's okay. And the reason that I would. Oh, okay, cool, dude. Cool, so cool. All right, let's go.
Might.
I don't necessarily have a lot to say while a few of these fights play out, so what I will say is that if you've enjoyed this video so far, liking this video would help me out a lot. Also, if you do want to watch something else I've done, I actually have a Summoning Salt style speedrun history video about the PopCap game Peggle, in case that sounds interesting too. It's a lot different than this video, obviously, but it's something else that I'm proud of.
There we go. Another one down. And this one just makes us stronger. Oh, baby. To make it so it's not completely broken, the randomizer doesn't have just a million owls. Instead, all the normal dragons are here and then 1 owl. And you do have to kill this 1 owl, but there's something that works in your favor here. Okay. Yay! And you do that, and it will just instantly down him. Yeah, the damage is like, the damage you do from this right here is like hard-coded to just instantly, like, kill basically anything. There you go. Okay. So that's phase 1. Now we actually gotta fight an Outfather. One-on-one. Okay, apparently the owl from the first phase is just chilling still. You know, that's okay. It's so nice actually having decent damage output now. Alright, there's phase 1. There's 2 owls hanging out. What I'd really love to do that unfortunately doesn't exist as an option in the randomizer right now, I would love to do Inner Owlfather. Or Inner Genichiro. That would be much more fun, honestly. Alright, there we go. And that should do it. For the dragon. Oh, let's go though. Hold on, we gotta watch this for a bit though. Oh my god, dude. Holy. Oh man, that's so good. They're just stabbing each other, fucking flipping around. Firecrackers. Holy. Oh, went for the risky play. Okay, here we go. I think we're about ready to head to the final boss and wrap up this run. What do you guys think?
As I reached the final fight of the game, I was thinking about it, and I decided that I wanted to go out with a bang. A normal fight just wouldn't cut it to end this spectacular of a run.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. For the final fight, to make it a fair final fight, I'm not using anything. No mortal draw, no heals. The only thing I'm allowed to use is my revives and whatever attacks and stuff I can use, and that is about it. Yeah, I think that'll make it a bit of a challenge. No heals allowed. Nice. Alright, first phase. Hey, first one done. No hits. Silver Surfer Genichiro there on display. Alright, let's go. Second Allfather. Dude, I'm really mad because the reason I got hit there is because of the lag. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me though? That's so stupid. I actually got hit there because of the lag. That's so annoying. Oh, so close to hitless on 2 in a row. Damn. You know what? That's close enough. I'm not gonna reset just for that. We have done it, regardless of whether it was hitless or not. Okay. 30 hours, 16 minutes, and 53 seconds later, and 286 deaths, full deaths, we have finally defeated all Allfather, Charmless, and Demon Bale, no scaling. That is pretty sick. Encore. I don't know about that. Probably not this challenge. So, yeah. Oh, that was pretty fun. And very brutal.
This challenge was a lot of fun, even with the ridiculous grind that some parts took. I'm not sure if I'll make more videos like this in the future, it kind of depends on how this one does, but if you are interested in watching me take on more challenges like this, I do them live every so often on my Twitch channel. In fact, in the days after this video comes out, I'm planning on doing a similar run, but for Sword Saint Ishin instead. If that sounds interesting, I'd love to see you come hang out. In any case, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.